My wife wanted a 2-week break, but it revealed the truth about our marriage. After 3 days, she put up a picture with another guy online, so I stopped everything right away. I am a man, 32 years old. I met Ella when I was 27. She is a woman, 30 years old. We were together for 5 years. We were married for 3 of those years. I am a trained welder. I make $95,000 a year working on big building projects. Ella works at the front desk of a medium-sized company in the city. She makes about half of what I make. The house we live in belongs to me. I bought it 2 years before we got married. I used money I got from my family. I kept the house papers in my name only. I pay about 70% of our home costs. She pays about 30%. This is because I make twice as much money as she does. She helped pay for food, power, water, and fixing up the house. But I always paid the house loan myself. The first 2 years of being married were good and normal. We had small fights, like who should wash the dishes, or fights about how hot or cold the house should be. We talked about trips we couldn't pay for yet. She wanted to go to Europe. I wanted to pay off the house loan faster. This is normal stuff when two people first get married. The house is old, from the 1950s. I fixed it up myself. I got papers from the city to do the work. I did most of the electric and water pipe work on weekends. I added a workroom in the garage. I made the wood floors look new again. I put in new kitchen counters made of hard rock and new metal machines. I spent about $40,000 and worked hard for 2 years on it. Now the house is worth about $280,000. The area is changing fast and getting nicer. Things started to change about 8 months ago. Ella met up with her old friend from college named Ashley. Ashley had just moved back to town. She had a bad divorce. She has no kids. She gets $2,500 every month from her ex-husband. He works with computers and cheated on her. Ashley lives in a nice apartment in the city. She goes to bars every weekend. She puts up pictures online saying people should have fun and not accept less than the best. My best friend Stefan met her one time at a cookout. He called her the life coach right away. Stefan and I have been friends since college. He writes computer programs. He tells the truth even if it hurts. He does not like fights or drama. He jokes about dark things. He saw Ashley's fancy purse and fake eyelashes, and he knew right away what kind of person she was. Ashley is 28 years old. She has blonde hair from a bottle. She is one of those women who talks about everything to seem smart. She smiled at me for too long. She laughed too loud at my jokes. I thought she was just very friendly back then. I should have known she was bad news. She came to our house in a BMW car she rents. She always dressed like she was going to a party. She always had new advice about love. It sounded like stuff from TV shows. This woman was full of warning signs. She was divorced after only 18 months of marriage. She has no work skills except spending other people's money. She was so fake happy that it made normal people feel sick. But Ella listened to her. Suddenly, Ella came home with new ideas about our marriage. She said we were too used to each other. She said marriage should not feel like living with a friend. She said good couples push each other and keep love exciting. It was all bad ideas from some show about love that Ashley found that week. We started having small fights. She asked why I didn't plan surprise dates. She asked why I worked late so much. She asked why I didn't get mad when other guys talked to her at parties. She was making up problems. I didn't see it then. I was working on a big building project. It was a 12-floor office building in the city. The work was 3 months late. It cost $200,000 more than planned. This kind of job can make or break your work life. I worked 60 hours a week. Sometimes I worked on Saturdays too. I tried to stop the project from failing, but Ashley said my hard work to make money meant I didn't care about our marriage. This is crazy talk. By December, we fought 2 times a week. It was always the same. She would pick a small thing, then she would say bad things about me as a person, then she would act confused when I didn't get upset too. I would try to fix the problem. She would say I didn't care about feelings. We fought at Christmas about a tree. I worked for 12 hours that day. I talked to building experts and city workers. I came home very tired. She was mad I didn't seem happy enough about the tree she bought. Not that I didn't like the tree, but I didn't seem happy enough about the tree. Stefan said it best. She is making up problems because her divorced friend told her marriage should be like a TV show. I started working later, partly because the project had to be done, mostly because being home felt like walking in a field of bombs. She said this proved I didn't care about our marriage. I couldn't win either way. I didn't know that Ashley was not just giving bad love advice to my wife. She was also telling my wife to see other men.
The big problem happened on a Thursday in January. I got home about 7 at night. That's not very late. I found Ella sitting at our kitchen table. She looked like she practiced saying something all day. She already ate dinner without me. This was new. We used to wait for each other to eat, even if it was late at 8 or 9 o'clock. "We need to talk," she said. I got some old Chinese food from the fridge. I sat down. The pork was cold, but I was too hungry to care. "I've been thinking about us," she said, "about where we are going. I think we should take a break." I stopped eating. "A break," she said. "Not forever, just a week or two, to see how we feel when we're apart, to remember why we fell in love." I knew this was Ashley's idea. Ashley told her this for months, how her ex-husband didn't love her until she left, how being apart makes love stronger. But I heard this talk before. My friend Jake had this happen 2 years ago. His wife wanted a break to find herself. She found herself with her yoga teacher. It cost him half of his $41,000 and $1,800 every month for his kid. "You want to split up?" I asked. "I want us to act like we're not married for a little while," she said. "See if we miss each other. See if you will fight for me." There it was, the real plan. This wasn't about needing space. This was about making me beg for her, making me prove I love her by being scared and sad. I looked at my wife. We were married for 3 years. She sat there with her practiced words. She used tricks from her messed up friend. Something inside me went cold. I didn't fight or beg. I just moved my shoulders. "Okay," I said. She blinked her eyes. "Okay," I said, "if that's what you want." She looked sad right away. She thought I would fight. She thought I would beg. She thought I would do something big. But I just nodded. I went back to eating my old food, like she asked me to buy milk on my way home. That's when I knew our marriage was probably over. Not because she wanted a break, but because she was sad I didn't fight her on it. She wanted fighting more than she wanted to fix things. I texted Stefan right after she went to sleep. "Ella wants to take a break from marriage." He wrote back in 30 seconds. "Ha, let me guess, the life coach's idea? What will you do?" I let her have her break, see what happens. Smart, nothing says "I love you" like fake tests. Stefan thought it would end fast. We made rules that night. 2 weeks of acting like we're not married. She would stay at Ashley's place. No talking except about the house or big problems. We would talk again after 14 days. The next morning she packed 2 bags, mostly work clothes, and enough other clothes for 2 weeks. I helped her put them in her Honda car. I watched her drive away. The house felt different right away. It was quiet, but that was okay. I could watch sports TV without her saying it was bad for men. I could eat cereal for dinner without her talking about what it meant about me. For the first time in months, I felt relaxed in my own living room. That first night, I ordered a big pizza. I opened a Coke. I watched all 3 Predator movies. No one told me why action movies are bad. It was great. Stefan came over that weekend. He brought food from a Thai place. We went there since college. He brought his computer. We spent 3 hours making a fake football game for next year. I didn't have time for this in months. "How is being single?" he asked. "Pretty good," I said. "I watched football for 3 hours yesterday. No one told me sports mean men can't feel things." Stefan almost choked on his noodles. "She really said that?" "Yes, and more. She said my love for the Cowboys football team meant I couldn't handle my feelings well." That weekend, I did something I hadn't done in years. I looked at all our money stuff very carefully. Our shared bank accounts, our savings, both our credit cards. Her school money I helped pay. I wrote down everything we owned together and everything we owed. We had about $35,000 in shared savings. We had another $15,000 in a shared bank account. She still owed $28,000 for school. She got a marketing degree, but it only got her a $45,000 job answering phones and making meetings. I gave an extra $400 every month for 2 years to pay it off faster. I also wrote down the housework we did together. She gave about $8,000 for stuff and machines over 3 years. Most of it was for the new kitchen. I did all the work myself. I also put in another $32,000 of my own money. Monday morning, I called Dave, not to start divorce papers, just to know what I could do. Dave told me about Texas divorce laws, how they split things, what might happen if we got divorced. The good news was the house would be mine. I bought it before we got married. The housework was harder to figure out, but since I did all the work and paid most of the money, I would probably keep most of the value. By the end of the first week, I moved half of our shared savings to my own account. This was okay. It was shared money and I could use it too. I changed my work pay to go into my own bank account, not the shared one. She texted me one time that week. Hope you're thinking about us. I showed Steph on the text. What do you think that means? It means the life coach told you you would be crying by now, begging her to come home. But you're probably the most relaxed you've been in months. That must confuse her. On the 10th day, Ashley texted me. She decided 2 weeks was long enough to make her move. Tuesday afternoon, I got a text from a number I didn't know. Hey, how are you doing? We never texted just us two before. I wrote back short and nice. I'm okay. This is all weird. I know. Ella is very stressed. Maybe we could get coffee and talk. I didn't say no right away. I decided to play along. Yes, maybe that would help. We met Thursday night at a Starbucks near her apartment. She came dressed like she was going to a party. Tight black dress, lots of makeup, too much perfume for coffee with her friend's husband during marriage problems. Her dress showed a lot. When she leaned forward to get her coffee drink, I could see everything. She did this many times when we talked. Very obvious. I feel bad about all this. She leaned forward over the small table. You two were so good together. Sure we were, I thought. That's why she told my wife for 8 months that we were boring. Were we really? She asked. All the fighting lately is just her being confused. She doesn't know what she wants. Ashley reached over and touched my hand. Her nails were dark red. It probably cost $50 at the nail place. She needs to go every week. She needs a lot of care. I let her touch my hand for a few seconds. Then I moved my hand back. It's been hard, I said. If you need to talk, I'm here anytime. She talked for an hour. She said I deserved better. She said Ella didn't appreciate what she had. She said if she was married to someone like me, things would be better. When we left, she hugged me for too long. This was nice, she said. We should do this again soon. I drove home and called Stefan right away. Man, you won't believe this. Let me guess, the life coach is already looking at wedding dresses? She basically came on to me. Her dress showed everything. She touched my hands. She said I deserved better. That woman's like a hungry shark. Of course she is. She probably planned this before she told Ella to take a break. It's like a plan to break up a home. What should I do? Act dumb, let her think she's being sneaky, but write down everything she does. This will get good. Over the next few days, Ashley texted me more. Every day she asked how I was. She asked to meet again. She sent pictures with words like, thinking of you in this hard time. The pictures were planned. Her at the gym in tight pants. Her at a restaurant saying, eating alone again. Her by the pool in a small swimsuit. Each picture was to show me what I could have if I did what she wanted. Stefan had fun with her texts. Look at this one. I hope you know how special you are. Is she a greeting card? Next she'll send you nice sayings about following your heart. I wrote back just enough to keep her interested, but not too much. I made myself seem sad and open to her attention. Then she made her move. Friday night she texted, I have to tell you something, but I don't know if I should. What is it? Can we meet? I can't say it in text. We met at the same place. She looked nervous. She kept looking at her phone, like she was waiting for a call. I feel bad about this, she said, but I think you should know. She took a deep breath, like she had very bad news. Ella has been seeing another man. I looked shocked, like I should. What? She said, his name is Scott. She met him at a work meeting last month. I've seen them together. It's not just friendly. Ashley said Scott was a marketing boss from Austin, in his mid-30s, divorced, drives the BMW, works for a computer company. The kind of guy who has a work picture of himself pointing at a board. Are you sure? I asked. I saw them at dinner last night. They were very close. And she lies about where she goes when she leaves my place. Ashley reached over and held my hand. I'm so sorry, she said. I know this hurts, but you needed to know. The message was clear. I had two choices. Fight for a wife who cheated, or choose her loyal friend who would never do this to me. What a surprise! I acted like a very sad husband. I can't believe she did this, I said. You don't deserve this, she said. You deserve someone who values you. That night I went home. I did something I should have done weeks ago. I looked at our shared devices and accounts. Ella left her iPad at home when she moved out. It was still signed into her account.
I knew the password from when I helped her set it up months ago. Her texts went to all her devices automatically. I found 3 weeks of talks with Scott. At first, it was just work talk about their jobs, a client who couldn't pick colors. But by the second week, it became personal. She complained about our marriage. She said I didn't appreciate her. She said talking to him made her feel wanted. The new texts were very clear. Plans to meet, talks about how they felt, pictures I did not want to see. The Times showed she texted him during our break, even right after she texted me saying she was thinking about us. I took pictures of everything. I saved it to my online storage. 47 messages over 3 weeks, 12 pictures, and some voice messages I couldn't listen to. Then I looked at our shared credit card bills online. 3 expensive dinners at restaurants across town last week, places I never heard of. Names like Meridian and Capitol Grill. A hotel charge from 2 nights ago at the Omni Hotel downtown. $280 for 1 night. All in days she told Ashley she was going to Target or seeing work friends. The hotel bill was the proof. She used our shared credit card to pay for a room. She was with another man there, but she asked me to wait for her, like she was my backup plan. I called Stefan. I found it. She's been with some guy from Austin. No way. Credit card bills, hotel charges, 3 weeks of texts planning to meet. It's all here. Wow, so she told your wife to take a break so she could cheat, then she ran to you with the news like a good friend. That's some serious trickery. What do you think she wants? She thinks you'll be thankful to her and hurt by Ella, so you'll be with her. Classic plan. She breaks your marriage, then she offers herself as something better. She'll see what happens. I called Dave Monday morning first thing. I have proof she cheated. Texts, hotel bills, dinner bills. Good. Bring everything to my office. We'll make the papers. Dave looked at the proof for an hour. He read the texts like he'd seen this many times before. The texts are bad proof. The money bills show when it happened. You got it all legally. With this proof, you'll keep the house. It was yours before marriage. You'll get 60 to 65% of shared things. You won't have to pay her money. He said she lost her rights when she cheated. How long to make the papers? Give me 3 days. I want it perfect. Those 3 days were the weirdest of my life. I went to work like normal. I managed the building project. It was finally on time and cost the right amount. I came home to my quiet house. I ordered food. I watched TV. No one told me what I should watch. At the same time, I acted very sad with Ashley. I let her comfort me about the bad news she gave me. I listened to her say what a bad friend Ella was to both of us. I can't believe she did this to you, Ashley said at another coffee meeting.
After all you did for her. Some people don't appreciate what they have, I said. I was playing my part. But maybe this happened for a reason. Maybe you needed to see who she really is. She reached over the table and held my hand. And maybe I needed to see who you really are too. Stefan almost choked when I told him about that talk later. She really said that? Without laughing? Maybe I needed to see who you really are? Is this a love movie? Next, she'll talk about fate and true love. Thursday morning, I gave Ella divorce papers at her work. A person who gives papers did it. Everything was correct. The papers had parts of her texts and money bills showing she cheated. She called me in an hour. What is this? Divorce papers with proof she cheated. This was supposed to be a short break. We were going to fix things. You fixed things with Scott instead. I hope your night at the Omni was worth $280. It was very quiet. I could almost hear her thinking, how did I know about the hotel? How did you? Your iPad goes to your online account. Every text, every picture, every plan with him. I have 3 weeks of proof. You looked at my private texts. She tried other things. The break meant she could do it. She was confused. She didn't mean for it to go this far. None of it mattered. This is crazy. It was just texts. The hotel bill says different. So do the dinner bills. Another long, quiet time. You can't end our marriage because of this. I'm not ending our marriage. You did when you started seeing Scott. But you asked me to wait for you like I was your backup. But her next words showed who she really was. She didn't say sorry. She wasn't sad. She got very angry. You know what? I'm happy I did it. Scott really cares about me. He doesn't just make sounds at me when he comes home from work. He takes me places. He buys me things. He makes me feel special. With our shared credit card, whatever, at least he has a real job, not just dirty work that makes you gross. There it was. 3 years of marriage. She showed her true self.
Suddenly, my welding job that paid for everything was just dirty work. The same job that bought her car, paid for her trips, paid her school bills. A dirty worker who makes twice what you make answering phones. Scott is already talking about getting me a better job at his company in Austin, where people have big goals. Good luck with that. I hope Scott knows what he's getting into. He appreciates me. Unlike you, he appreciates having his hotel bills paid by another woman's husband. Very romantic. She hung up the phone. Stefan thought it was funny when I told him about the talk. She really called welding dirty work? The same welding that paid her bills for 3 years? And now she plans to move to Austin with this guy? That woman is crazy. The divorce took 4 months. Ella tried everything. The break meant she could do it. She said it was just feelings, not physical, but the hotel bill proved otherwise. She said she was confused. She said someone tricked her. None of it worked. Her lawyer was a woman who helps women in divorce. It didn't matter. Proof is proof. Texas law is clear about cheating. But Ella showed who she really was during the divorce. She wasn't sorry. She didn't try to be fair. She wanted half of everything, even the house. When her lawyer said cheating affects who gets what, she had a big fit. They made her leave the law office for a while. During this time, Ashley kept acting like a good friend. She did it perfectly. She texted me a lot. She asked how I was. She asked to meet for coffee. She hinted we would be together after the divorce. This woman was an expert at playing with feelings. Every text was planned to seem nice, but really she was saying she was better than Ella. She probably spent more time on her texts than most people spend on job papers. She's like a bird waiting for a dead animal to eat, Stefan said. She probably has a calendar counting down until you're divorced. I played along just enough to keep her interested. I met her for coffee 2 more times. I let her comfort me about the divorce. I listened to her say how bad Ella was to both of us. The meetings were always the same. She came dressed like she was in a music video. She talked for an hour about how she was helping me.
Then she hinted more and more about us being together. I feel so bad, she said at one meeting. If I didn't tell you about Scott, maybe you could have fixed things. Right. If she didn't tell me about the affair, she probably told Ella to do it in the first place. You did the right thing, I said. I needed to know the truth. I hate seeing you go through this, she said. You deserve much better. She reached over the table and held my hand. I want you to know, she said. When you're ready, when this is over, I'll be here for you, in any way you want. She couldn't have been more clear. It was like she gave me a card that said, I'm here to be your next girlfriend, anytime. Stefan almost fell off his chair when I told him. She really said, in any way you want? What is she, a prize you get when you lose? Did she come with a promise? The final divorce papers came in May. I kept the house. I kept my retirement money. I got 65% of our shared things. Ella got her car. She got her personal things. She got her school debt. I don't have to pay her money because she cheated. The house was worth $280,000. I owed $180,000 on the house loan. With the work I did, I had about $100,000 in value. That was mine. I also got another $32,000 from our shared savings and investments. She left with about $18,000 and a Honda car with 90,000 miles on it. But even then, she wouldn't take blame. At the last meeting, she complained it wasn't fair. She said I was punishing her for following her heart. Following your heart, I said? You used our shared credit card to pay for hotel rooms with another man. Scott and I have a real connection, she said. You wouldn't understand. I understand it cost us $280, I said, plus dinner at 3 restaurants. Her lawyer had to hold her back. She tried to jump across the table at me. That woman was crazy. That's what happens when you want everything, Stefan said. The day the divorce was done, Ashley asked me to celebrate. She wanted to go to a fancy restaurant in the city. She picked the place, Meridian. It's one of those places where small food costs $30. Waiters act like you're bothering them. She seemed surprised when I said we should go there. Maybe she wondered why I suddenly wanted to take her out. But she wanted it too much. She came in a dress that probably cost more than my car payment. She clearly thought this was the night. She thought she would get what she wanted. She worked to break my marriage. I'm so proud of how you handled everything, she said. We were eating small food that looked like art but tasted bad. You were so strong through it all. I had good help. I was happy to help, she said. You deserve to know the truth. She reached over the table for my hand. Now we can finally be honest about what's growing between us. I looked at her across the table. Perfect makeup, fancy dress, a smile like she was going to eat me. She probably practiced it in the mirror. I felt only disgust. "Ashley, I have to tell you something." "What is it?" "You destroyed my marriage." "What? No," she said. "I helped you see who Ella really is. You tried to break us up so you could have me. You told her to cheat, then you ran to me with the news like a good friend." Ashley's face turned white under her makeup. For the first time I knew her, she looked really surprised. "That's not true. I would never do that." "You would, and you did. You tricked a woman into breaking her marriage because you wanted her husband." "I cared about you both," she said. "I was trying to stop you from getting hurt more. You were protecting yourself. You saw a chance, and you took it." I stood up. I put two $20 bills on the table. "The saddest thing is you think I'd want to be with someone who did what you did." "Where are you going? We didn't even eat dinner." "I'm going home alone, to my house. I kept it because I was smart. I don't trust people like you." "What about us?" I looked down at her. She sat there in her expensive dress. She finally understood. Her big plan got her nothing. "There is no us. There never was. You are a bad person. You break relationships for fun." "But I helped you," she said. "I told you the truth about Ella." "You told me about an affair you told her to have. You made the problem, then you offered yourself as the answer. That's not help."
That's breaking things and acting nice. But I wasn't done. I had one more thing to do. An hour before, I texted Ella. "Ashley wants to tell you something about Scott. She said it's important. You need to hear it." Ella believed it right away. 10 minutes into dinner, Ella walked in the restaurant door. She looked ready to fight. "What is she doing here?" Ashley's voice got high. "Ladies," I said, "you two need to talk. I'll leave you to it." I stood up and walked to the door. But first I called Stefan. "Man, get to Meridian Restaurant now." "What's happening?" "The life coach is about to get a review from her old customer." I heard Ella's voice get louder behind me. "You set me up with Scott," Ella said. "It wasn't like that," Ashley said. "I was trying to help you." "Help me?" Ella said. "You broke my marriage so you could take my husband." I got to the parking lot when it got good. Through the windows, I saw both women standing. They were waving their arms wildly. Other people were staring. They took out their phones to record. Stefan pulled up just as the real show started. "Wow, they're fighting," he said. He got out of his truck. "This is better than TV fights." Ella's voice came through the glass. "You planned this for months," she said. "He doesn't want you. He chose me." "He just said no to you. You're crazy." Then Ashley threw something. It looked like her water glass. It broke against the wall behind Ella. Ella grabbed Ashley's fancy purse. She dumped everything on the table. "Oh, this is good," Stefan said. He was calling 911. "Hello, police. There's a fight at Meridian Restaurant downtown." Through the window, we saw Ashley jump across the table at Ella. Ella grabbed her hair. They both fell down. They knocked over half the table. Other people ran away from their table. Plates broke on the floor. "Should we help them?" I asked. "Help?" Stefan said. "Man, this is the best fun I've had all year. They're both getting what they deserve." The restaurant manager came. He tried to stop them, but Ashley pushed him away. She went after Ella again. Ella threw what looked like a bread basket. It hit Ashley in the face. When the police came 5 minutes later, both women were on the floor. Their hair was messy, their makeup was ruined. They screamed at each other. The restaurant workers tried to calm things down. Other people were filming with their phones. The two police officers looked at each other. They knew this kind of thing. "Ladies," they said, "you're both under arrest for causing trouble and hurting people." Stefan and I watched from the parking lot. The police put handcuffs on both women. They put them in different police cars. They still yelled at each other through the windows. They spent the night in jail. Screaming in public and throwing plates isn't just girl fighting. Stefan said it was beautiful. The next morning, Ella called me from jail. "This is all your fault," she said right away. "How is your fight with Ashley my fault? You set us up. You planned this." I told her the truth about what she did to our marriage. What you two did after that was your choice. "We both got arrested because of you. You both got arrested because you decided to fight in a restaurant. That's your fault. But she wasn't done. You need to get me out of jail. I'm your wife. Ex-wife since yesterday, and no, I don't have to help you. I have no one else to call. Scott won't answer his phone. That sounds like your problem. You can't leave me here. Watch me." The call lasted about 3 minutes. Then she hung up on me. Stefan thought it was funny when I told him later. "That woman has nerve, I'll give her that." Both women stayed in jail. They had to pay money for causing trouble. Ella also had to pay for the broken restaurant stuff, about $800 for broken plates, glasses, and cleaning.
People put it on social media. Divorce fight becomes restaurant fight. Someone filmed it all and put it on TikTok. 80,000 people watched it in the first week. Someone wrote, "When being real goes wrong." 500 people liked it. Ella moved back with her parents near Dallas. Last I heard, she works at a different company. She makes about the same money, but now she has a police record and a video everyone saw. Scott broke up with her. He realized she used him to break up a marriage. Then she was shamed in a restaurant fight everyone saw. The funniest part was, Scott tried to ignore her after the arrest, but she kept going to his office in Austin. She wanted to fix things. His company had to call security to stop her. The man went from thinking he was cool to needing a court order to stay away from her. Ashley tried to contact me for weeks after the arrest. Sometimes she said sorry, sometimes she blamed me. She started with, "I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened." Then she said, "You tricked us both. You broke 2 friendships." I finally blocked her number. She came to my house one Saturday morning without asking. She wanted to know why I was punishing her for being a good friend. The house feels like home again. I got rid of the fancy pillows that do nothing. I got rid of the smelly candles we couldn't light. I bought a good big couch. I bought a 65-inch TV for the living room. I made the extra room into my workroom. Sometimes bad people really do leave on their own.